Hi guys, and welcome back to another video session. And as well as doing all these quick apps and things like that, I've had a request from somebody regarding variables and how to use variables. Now, a lot of people are getting confused about variables and how to use them, so I'm hoping that this little tutorial session makes it easier to understand them and how you can use them. I will show you some examples, and from there, hopefully, you guys can then can start using them yourself. So I'm going to do this tutorial for both Home Center 2 and Home Center 3. So and these also apply. So for the Home Center 2, it also applies to Home Center Lite. And on the Home Center 3, it also applies to the Home Center 3 Lite. Okay, so before I go any further, as before, please hit the subscribe and the bell icon so you are notified of all the new updates and all new videos, etc. Hit the like button if you like them. If not, give me the thumbs down and just please let me know why. Any support questions, come to my Facebook group, and on there you'll be able to be a bit more interactive in the questions and everything that you can ask me, and I should be able to give you a more personalized response. Okay, so that's the intros and everything out of the way. Oh, one more thing. If you like everything that I'm doing and you want to contribute, then please feel free to click on the PayPal links and send some coffee my way. All right, let's get down to it. So variables are what we call, like, it stores a packet of information which can be used anywhere within the Home Center scenes. Okay, so within a scene, when we're writing a scene, or you're creating one from block, you can get the data, and that data can be from anything. So the state of a switch, the temperature of a temp sensor, the lighting levels, etc. And what we can normally do is, if you're looking for a range, this works best when you are looking to try and do something over a period of time, or a range of light levels, or a range of temperatures. Okay, so I'm going to simplify one initially. Okay, so the most simplest of all is the one that we all tend to use, and that is the day or night scenarios. So when it's daytime, do something; when it's nighttime, do something else, or etc. All right. So your most common one is your security lighting, for instance, or lighting in a room, that when you walk into a room, only if it's at night time to turn it on. Normally, if you're going to set it up in a block scene, you would have something like, let's have a look. Home Center 2 now first. So if we say add scene and graphical blocks. Now, in the limitation, there is a big limitation in Home Center 2. So I'm going to try and see if I can do it in the blocks. So we will do something like, if days of the week. So we just select the days of the week. See here, it only gives you options for times and fixed times and things like that, so it's not really feasible on a Home Center 2. So I'm just going to scrap that, and I'm going to go straight to the variable section. So on a Home Center 2, click on panels and then click on variables. There's two types of variables. You've got the variables on the top, which can be written and populated by any number, and they're not predefined by the scenes. So you could actually say this can be populated via a temperature reading, lux level reading, or any sort of reading, and it will automatically populate it for you. The predefined variables are exactly that. The actual values that it can take are predefined, and it can't take any other value. So our day or night one is basically predefined, because it can either only be daytime or it can be nighttime. It can't actually be anything else. So for that reason, we would then use a predefined variable. You could do it on the other type of variable, but then just specify it, and it would still work. Okay, so I'm going to call this day or night, and the first value I'm going to use is day, and then the second value is night. Get into the habit of the first value you use is what it is right now, as that is what the default is going to be as soon as you hit save. So I'm now in daytime, as it is daytime here. Hit save. The other thing about having predefined variables is you can override them manually, and by switching it over to night, just by doing that and hitting save. Okay, that's one of the advantages of having us predefined. Whereas in here, you can't really amend and override any of these values. These can only be done using the scenes or however they were designed to be overwritten. Okay, so day or night. Let's hit save. So that's saved now. Now we can go back to our scenes. We can then say add scene. Now we're going to define when it's daytime and when it's nighttime. So for that, we use a graphical block scene, and all we're going to say is timers, days of the week, select all the days, and then all I'm going to change is at sunrise, and then I'm going to say then, and all we're going to do is we're going to change a variable, and here it is, day or night, and we're going to say it's going to be day, and all we then do, once I call it here, daytime, put it into a room, check this box, do not allow alarm to stop scene. So now what happens is at sunrise every single day, this variable will automatically change to day. Now using this principle, you can then create other variables. So I want motion detection for security lights to start, to switch off at sunrise and switch on at sunset. So again, you could just put that into here and set it up accordingly. So now I'm going to do is add another scene. Graphical block, and again it's going to be based on days of the week, so let's just select all the days, and we're going to set this at sunset, and we're going to say we change the day or night variable to night, and then we're going to hit save, and we'll call that nighttime. Done. This part start when Home Center 2 starts is an automatic because it's a time-based scene. So now every day at sunset, this variable will automatically change to night. Done. So now our system will automatically go from daytime to nighttime at sunrise, sunset respectively. What that means now is that whenever we write a scene and we need to know we want it to work at a specific time of day, we can always refer back to this variable, and we can use it as many times as we need in as many scenes as we need. So if I were to say if a sensor gets triggered, so I don't know if I've got any sensors on here. I don't have sensors, but let's assume this hall light is a sensor. So, and if the hall light is on, okay, let's just assume it's a sensor, and it's nighttime. So let's go to variables, day or night, and it's nighttime. Then let's turn on let's turn on the other light. So that's devices, let's just assume that's an outside light. Let's just turn that on. We want to turn it on for, say, 30 seconds. So we just click on and, then we just choose the device again, and choose turn off, and then just put here 30 seconds, and hit save. So what does that do? So it just says here, this is pretending to be our motion sensor. If it becomes active and it's nighttime, so during the day it doesn't work at all, but then if it's at night, once the sensor detects motion, it then turns on the light, and then after 30 seconds it turns the light off. So that's your simple motion detection scene. So as you can see with the variables, we were then able to preload that information onto here, and then we can just use it as many times as we need without having to actually keep specifying greater than sunset and below sunrise, etc. Okay, you can now extend this to other time bases. Another example which I do a lot of is when you only want say a bathroom scene. So we have a bathroom light, and then let's go on to variables again, and say it's going to be one of those where we'll call it motion bathroom, and I want it to work between sunset and say midnight at one level, and then between midnight and sunrise at another level, but I don't want it to work between sunrise and sunset. So what I've done there, we've got 3 different designs, so different areas. So let me just write this down for you guys. So let me create a new document. So here we have, so I want it to work from sunset to midnight, and I want the light level to be 100%. Then from midnight to sunrise, I only want the light to come on at 10% because it's too bright when you go into the bathroom. And then from sunrise to sunset, 0%. I don't want the light to turn on at all. So that takes me from, that's my whole 24-hour cycle. So if there's any more time frames that you need, you would actually then write it down here. So what we're going to do, we're now going to name them. So here we know it's going to be called off, all right, because we don't want the lights to come on. And this one we're going to call, shall we say, dim lights. And this one we're going to be called full, because the lights are going to be on full. So we've got the name of our variable set. So it's always a good idea to write things down to make sure it all matches through, because if you miss out a time frame, then nothing happens. All right. So we've got a full, a dim, and an off. So now I'm going to create that into a variable. So it's a motion bathroom, and right now it's off. And the next one we're going to have is full. Then we just click on this plus to create another value, and we're going to call it dim. Save. So I've got another predefined. So we've got off, dim, and full. The current one is off. So now that we've done that, let's create how we would create the scenes. Now we have 3 different variables, which means we will have to create at least 3 scenes to give the different effects. Okay, so we're going to add a new scene, and we're going to say, oh, wrong one, sorry, graphics. So we're going to say, I'll just call this bathroom off. Okay, motion bathroom off. So all we're going to do, so when do we want the motion bathroom to be off, is basically between sunrise to sunset. So I will then click on timers, timers, days of the week, select all the days, and sunrise, and then we're just going to say then variables, motion bathroom, switch off. So every day at sunrise, then motion bathroom variable switch to off. Grey always means motion variable. Alright, click on save. Done. Bath variable 1 created. Now let's create our full one. Let's do it in logical order. So we're going to call this one M bathroom, and it's going to be full. Okay. Let's do the same again. Days of the week, select them all. And this one is sunset. So at sunset, we want it to change to full. And let's save that again. Done. Finally, the next change is going to happen at midnight. So we need to create one more scene. Okay. And we're going to call that motion bathroom midnight. And as you guessed it, timers, days of the week. And now we're going to specify a time. So it's at exact time. And we're just going to specify midnight. Then go to the variables, motion bathroom, and it's going to be on dim. Hit save. So now we've got the 3 different timings. So here, from sunrise to sunset, it'll switch it off, which is that scene. Then from sunset to midnight, it'll turn it on full, which is that scene. And then from midnight to sunrise, it's going to be this scene, which puts it on dim. So we've done this element with full, we've done this part as dim, and we've done sunrise to sunset as off. The only thing left to do for us now is to write our motion detection scenes for the sensor and the bulb, and specify these values. Okay, and just specify these values. So I will just quickly show you that as well. So back to scenes, and then we're going to click on add graphic. Again, I don't have motion, so I'm just going to choose the whole light again, and we're going to say whole light is on, as in motion sensor has been detected, and then we choose a variable. Motion bathroom is set to dim. We only need 2 scenes for this, not 3, okay? Because during the day when it's off, nothing's going to happen anyway. So now the triggering device here is not going to be the change in variable, it's just going to be the motion sensor. So when the sensor here is detected and the motion bathroom is on dim, then we want to turn the light on, the living light on. Actually, let me get rid of that because it wasn't a percentages, so let me just change that to RGBW. So this is a dimmable, and then we're just going to say set brightness. On a dimmable module, on an RGB it's called set brightness. On a dimmer 2 module it'll be called set value. Okay, set value. And here you can specify what value. Now we wanted it at 100%, so in our case it's called 99. And that's it. And then we hit save. Oh, let me just change that one to bathroom 100%. Save. So when the motion detector is turned on and the motion bathroom is on full, spot the mistake. Deliberate mistake. Just testing you guys. So when the motion sensor is detected on full, when the motion has detected movement and the motion bathroom is on full, then the brightness of the bulb goes to 99%, which is 100%. Okay? Hit save. Now, what we've got to do is we're going to write the dimmed version. And for that, plus graphical, and now we're going to call it motion bath and dim. Let's go back to here. Again, we're going to choose our devices, so our pretend motion detector, and we're going to choose our variable, because this time it needs to be on the dim mode. Then we're going to choose our actual lighting device, so our pretend dimmer, set brightness, and I'm going to set that to just 10%. Get rid of the variable trigger, we don't need it. And if you have a look through this, so if we talk through this, when the motion detection has detected motion and the variable is set to dim, then set the brightness to 10, or set value to 10. Okay, so you can see here how powerful these variables are, in the fact that we didn't have to then go out and type multiple scenarios to say if it's between this time and that time, etc. In fact, we just choose motion bathroom, what state that variable is in, and then we utilize that. We can then go and utilize, like I said before, this variable in as many scenes as we want. So if you have multiple scenarios where you wanted this to happen, say for your security lights, for your bathroom lights, for your landing lights, hallway lights, or whatever, all you have to do is you just create that one variable, motion, well, what I've named it personally as motion bathroom, but you can name this as anything you like, and then just use it as many times as needed and as many scenes as you needed, and you know it's fixed, that the timing is fixed on these. What you do with the results, however, here is entirely up to you. So I've used this as dim to mean 10% because it's a bathroom, but you may want to have dim, might be, I don't know, you can change this to say, if this was an outside security light, maybe 50% instead. Entirely up to you, how you write your scenes. Okay? I hope that has been a better and a more simplified explanation for the Home Center 2. Let me know how you get on. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. Now, Home Center 3 users, let's do yours. So, Home Center 3. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the same variables, same principles, but I'm going to be doing it on a Home Center 3. Right, once you've logged into the Home Center 3, you click on Settings, General, and then Variable. So it's in a slightly different place than before. And we go to the day or night here. Actually, day or add variable. Now, in Home Center 3, the variables are just one single channel, and then you choose whether it's a standard variable, which is the equivalent of the top section of a Home Center 2, or the enumerated variable, which is the equivalent of the predefined variables, is when you can add values. So if I'm doing my day or night, I'll just choose the enumerated, type in day or night, type in day, create, add value, and then I can type in my night and then hit add. I've already got one here, so it's there. As you can see, just like in the Home Center 2, we can amend it on the fly by using a drop down box, whereas the standard variables we can't amend at all unless we click on these pencil icons, or it gets done through the scene. So that's been a slight change compared to Home Center 2, but in principle it works in exactly the same fashion. So let's just leave that low. So we're back to day. scenes. So let's go into scenes now, and we're going to create a scene, a block scene. So let's change this to day or night change. Okay. Automatic scene, allowed to start scene to running is fine. Category, again, if you want to change it. So let's hit save. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a time block, and it's going to be days of the week again. So just like before. Oh no, we're not. Time range, sorry. Oh, here it is. They've actually got a default for sunrise and sunset. So at sunrise uses a trigger, and we're just going to go on to panel, and we're going to put variables in here, and we're going to choose our day or night variable, and we're going to choose daytime, and then we just hit save. Done. I'm not going to do it, I've already got mine set up. So all it is, sunrise or sunset, at sunrise change the variable day or night to day, and likewise if we go to change that to at sunset, we change the day or night variable to night, and that's it, it's saved. Alright, and that's your two scenes created for daytime and nighttime. And sorry, I should have put this as daytime and nighttime like we did before, to specify what each scene does. To do motion detection, so what we would do is, again, we're going to add the scene, and we're going to choose a device. So we're going to choose a single device, and we're just going to choose a room. Have I got any motion sensors? Yeah, let's just choose back room, and motion sensor, and motion is breach. Motion is detected. Then what we're going to do is start off with the panel. Oops. Start off with the panel. No, we need to add, sorry. Confusing myself here. We then want to know that if this motion is detected and it's nighttime, so we're going to make sure it's on, we're going to click on another block here. So we're going to add the variable block here, and we're going to choose the day or night variable block. So we're going to choose is equal to nighttime. Okay, so this is and. Make sure this is and. When motion is detected and it's nighttime, then if I click on my device, and let's just go back room again, choose a device, backroom light, let's say set brightness, and let's do, I don't know, 50%. Yeah, there. And then if I save this, all that means is whenever it's nighttime and motion is detected, then this light will be set to 50%. If you want this light to switch off after a certain amount of time, then you can put this delay block in here, okay? And we set the delay at, say, 30 seconds, so that's hours, minutes, oops, that's a minute, 30 seconds, hours, minutes and seconds. Hit apply, and then we just put that back in there, and then we can choose our backlight, backroom, backlight, and turn off. So that's how it works. So if this was a security light and that was an outdoor security sensor and it's nighttime, turn on the light, and then after 30 seconds switch off the light. Nice and straightforward. So now let's go backwards, and we're going to go back to our scenario where we have 3 zones, just like we did with the Home Center 2. So we're going to use the same principle, sunset to midnight, midnight to sunrise, and sunrise to sunset, and we're going to use the same percentages, and we're going to create the same variables. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to general, don't save that, variables, add variables, and it's going to be an enumerated variable. We'll call it motion bathroom. and we're going to have the set values as off, dim, and full. Added. Now we're going to go back to scenes, and let's go back onto this one. I'm going to name it as motion bathroom off. So what we're going to do, we need to change the timings of these variables. Okay, so we're going to start off with time, and we're going to choose exact time. The exact time, because it's going to be every day. So this is where it becomes a little bit simpler compared to others. Sorry, the first one is going to be sunrise, sunset. So let's put that as sunrise, and panel variables, and it's called motion bathroom, and it's going to be set to off. So motion bathroom off at sunrise, set motion bathroom to off, save. Our next scene we're going to be doing is going to be called, in fact, let's just save it. And then what I'm going to do, go back, and I'm going to add the motion bathroom dim. So what we're going to do, now the dim one starts from midnight to sunrise. So we need to go back onto time, and this time it's an exact time. And we're going to set it as 00:00 to signify midnight. And go to panel, variables, and then we're going to just type it into, no, it doesn't do it. Ah well. I thought it would have narrowed down my list. And we're going to change that to dim because it's at midnight. Hit save. The next scene is the full, so that's sunset to midnight. So we're going to create a new scene, block, motion bathroom full, and go to the panel, and motion bathroom full is sunset to midnight. So we're going to go on to times. It's a sunrise, sunset, so we can use the sunset trigger here at sunset. And we're going to enter panels, variables, and choose the motion bathroom, and it's on full, and hit save. Let's go back to our menu. So we've now got the three variables created. Motion bathroom is off, motion bathroom is dim, and motion bathroom is full. So sunrise to sunset, sunset to midnight, midnight to sunrise. So that's our 24-hour cycle completed. Let's add another scene, a block scene. So this one is motion bathroom, say dim. Okay. It's a sensor. So let's put the sensor in single. Let's choose the bathroom. Let's choose the motion sensor. Actually, I'm just thinking I don't have any dimmers in my bathroom, so let me just change that to a room that has a dimmer. So let's assume that's so we've got the room, the motion sensor, and motion level. So motion is detected. Let's go to panel, hit variables, and we're going to choose the motion variable that we created, and it's equal to dim. So the same principle as before. It's, think of it logically. Motion is detected. Which variable? So the time frame we're looking at is the dim time frame, so it has to be between midnight and sunrise. And then all we're going to do is choose a device, and we're just going to turn on the device. So backroom, backlight, set brightness, and it was 10%. So let's just say 10%. Hit save. So that's how we will then set motion detection at 10%, providing the time is between midnight and sunrise. We can copy this, same principle if this was supposed to be full, so all we do is change that to full, and then we can change that to 99% or 100%, and then it's none, and this will be called motion bath full, and that's it. So that's how we've then now created, using the power of variables, to set our timings. Okay, so this makes our coding a lot easier and everything a lot easier to read, and as I said before, we can then use this variable anywhere we like. If we ever wanted this time frame anywhere, that's it, that's what we would do. Just carry on using this variable, and then percentages you can amend on a scene by scene basis. Right, this was a fairly straightforward. There are some where you have multiple variables, so this is why variables come very, very handy, in the fact that some circumstances might require multiple pieces of data, and if you were wanting doing, if the time is between a certain time, so we've got one variable to detect our time, and the temperature is between a certain temperature, then we can have another variable to detect what temperature it is, another one for light levels, all these different variables as such. We just need to create them and put that into here, rather than having to measure and put these in the conditions where you have multiple listings or multiple triggers in your conditions before you do an action. Okay, I hope that has been fairly straightforward, and I hope that it's been easy to understand. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call or email me. Please use the Facebook page to go onto the Facebook page and have a look through that, and if you want to ask me any questions, you can do, where I'll be able to help you direct. And if you get stuck with anything, it's better to go through Facebook, as you then put screenshots up of what you've done, and then we can have a look at it and give you some feedback of what potentially could be wrong, or errors. We may be able to spot the errors for you. There's a few guys on there as well that they do know what they're talking about, so they'll all be able to help as well. Thank you for watching. I know it's been a bit of a long one today, and bye for now.